What's hot on TikTok right now? Green screen commentary is taking over TikTok and a lot of the other social platforms as well. So how do you create this? Luckily for us, inside of TikTok and Instagram, they have built-in features that allow you to green screen. Now, all you're going to do is pick a topic to discuss. You can do this in a variety of different ways. One of the ways that I love to do it is by talking about other posts that I've already made. I will take a screenshot of a post that I've made or a note that I've made inside of my phone with bullet points that I want to discuss. I will take a screenshot of a news article that I want to talk about. I will also import some of my photos if I want to break down posts that I've already created and show people how to do those things as well. So you can put anything behind you. It can be an image that you own the rights to. We're not just pulling things from Google or Pinterest, or you can be using this for commentary on something that is a news article or a note that you've put in your phone so that it's got words behind you so people can follow along. The key here is that something is behind you and you are cut out and talking about it. Now you're going to do this in sections. You don't want to do just a straight talking head video where you're just pointing to whatever on screen and you're not moving around. Film this in sections. So you're going to be able to either leave the same thing behind you or you're going to be able to switch it as you switch different sections, but you are pausing in between each section that you're talking about. This could be sentence by sentence, or it could be every couple of sentences, so paragraph by paragraph. And you're just going to be able to move your green screen around on screen. So start on the right-hand side, then move to the left, go top, go to the bottom. You're going to be in the middle. You're going to be bigger. You're going to be smaller. The point is to have visual interest here, because if it's something solid behind you, that's not as visually stimulating as you moving around on screen doing different things. This goes back to the same conversation we have with how we script our videos in the 5-minute method to be able to then sentence by sentence and location by location do our videos in under 5 minutes start to finish. You're going to use those same principles here to gain that visual interest and look intentional with what you're creating. So now you're going to pick something and you're going to commentate on it. You're going to have a conversation about it. It can be fast, it can be slower, it could be a little bit longer, it could be shorter, whatever works best for you. But this is good for things like breaking news or talking about what's going on in your industry or showing off something that you've already done. Maybe you want to show off a project that you just worked on and you've got a really great picture of it, but you don't necessarily want to hold it up and just directly talk to camera. Show off the different facets of it by doing green screen. If you're showing a process to something, it's incredibly easy for you to take pictures and step by step of each thing that you're doing and then show it behind you and have that conversation about it. Another thing that you can do is actually a really easy trick I showed you for Lemon 8 content, where you're going to be filming a video and taking different screenshots and then using that as the background of your carousel images for Lemon 8. I'll link that video down below. Super easy for you to do and incredibly time effective, where you can get content in like 30 seconds period. And you can use this concept for this as well as you are creating things to then speak in front of. Green screen content is going really well right now, but I want to give you a little tip because it's not necessarily as difficult as it kind of sounds. So here's what happens when you do this. When you are filming your green screen content, you're going to have gaps of dead air when you're starting and stopping that. We do not want that. So we're actually going to film our content and then export it from whichever app we're using, and we're going to put it into our video editor to edit out those gaps. Anytime you have a gap in what you're saying or how you're moving or what you're doing, if there's a pause, that's an opportunity for people to scroll away, and we don't give them opportunities to leave. So you want to get that footage and then splice it out into what you're saying. And, you know, if you're filming this and you mess up, you don't necessarily have to re-record it. Just do it again and then cut out anything you don't need. It saves you a ton of time and effort and stress. So you're going to take that footage, put it into your video editor, export that, and then import it to your app of choice. Now we're talking about this on TikTok, but you can also do this on Instagram, and I actually recommend you do film it in Instagram. Their green screen is a little bit easier to use. It's a little bit more precise in cutting you out, and it gives you the ability to download that footage without any kind of watermark so that you can edit it and re-upload it. So I actually recommend you film it inside of Instagram and then put it on TikTok because it saves you some time and effort and it enhances your quality a little bit. Now you also want to make sure as you're doing this, if you're doing green screen, you're in front of a basic background. So right now I've got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of busyness behind me that could potentially hurt some of my green screen cutout. If you can be on a solid colored wall, or if you can be in an area that has dramatically contrasting colors. So I'm in a light shirt, I am lighter skinned. If I have a dark background, that's going to help to cut me out a little bit. But if I had darker hair, that could potentially hurt some of the way that it cuts me out. If I was in front of my bookshelves, or if I was in front of a door, if I was in front of other things, all of those things could glitch out and you could kind of see them in some of my footage. So be mindful of where you are filming from, and always make sure you have good quality lighting. We do not want you to be in shadows in the dark because that makes it harder. So if you do not have a simple pocket light, I have many of them linked in my tools and resources down below and videos on how to use this. This will just allow you to illuminate yourself. You can even clip it directly to your phone, so you don't even have to hold it. You can just film just like this, turn your lighting on just like that, and it's going to illuminate you and help you to be cut out even easier by the app. You do not need fancy editing equipment or fancy apps in order to do this. You can do it directly inside of Instagram or TikTok and then use that footage to create your commentary on whatever. So let's go over this one more time. You are commentating on something, showing off something you've already done, showing off something you're doing in your business right now, having a conversation about a note that you've written, a blog post you've written, an article you've created. You can talk about a YouTube video that you did point by point and kind of show off the YouTube status that you have achieved. You can take screenshots of your social media and your status. You have the ability to show off your own photos, your own content that you've created, or you can commentate on something that is in the news or happening in your industry. This is how you're having those conversations, and people stop the scroll when they see you cut out and pointing to something. So as long as there's something interesting on the screen behind you, you're going to get people's attention. And this is a really good opportunity for you to use something like your notes app to type out the points that you're going to be talking about. The title is going to be there already. You don't have to do a ton of extra editing, and then you could just have that bullet point. So if you're actually creating content where you know what you're talking about and your bullet point talking about things, step-by-step processes or instructions for things or educational type things, it's on the screen. You don't have to guess what you're going to say. You've literally put it on the screen. You can read it word for word if you want. It's kind of like a makeshift teleprompter almost. And this is going to give you a lot of opportunities to save yourself time and effort and stress when you're creating your content. So if you want more ideas on how to do this, let me know down below. Give me your specific industry, because I love to create ideas that are specific to you. So let me know what you're working in, and I'll give you some really cool ideas in the future, in future episodes. And if you've got questions with this, now is the time to let me know. I am loving green screen commentary right now. It is thriving on TikTok especially, but also on things like YouTube and on our Instagram platforms as well. So go for it. Lean into it. See how well it does for you. Try. Remember, once is not enough. We want to make sure we're doing this for like a month or so before we decide to give up on something. But this is a really good opportunity for you to save time, stress, and effort creating your content. Follow along for more. We're dropping daily videos to help you level up on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Lemon8, live streaming, and with the tools and resources you need to save time and effort creating your social content so you can make more money online, but spend less time doing it. I'll see you in the upcoming episodes.